Timmy, what was that moment like when you came back on campus today and experienced everything? What was that like for you?
I mean, two parts to it. Right when you step off the airplane, the salt water hits your nose, and you know you're in, your state. Um, Taking the university cutoff, driving next to a lot of cars coming from the west. I mean, it just brought back old memories of, that drive in every day. I lived on that side of the island for a number of years, and I've always went to school in town, Noelani, St. Louis, and here in Manoa. But it was surreal. Getting out of the car, seeing the building. I was telling my guys, I was like, we're passing Clum Gym, and I was like, some of the best volleyball games and best teams ever, women's teams ever in volleyball played in that gym. And so it was awesome. I mean, I can't explain it. I mean, it's so surreal.
Hello, hello. Oh, hey, coach. So you quickly announced. Oh, you quickly announced your coaching staff. A lot of youth on this staff. What do you think that's going to bring to the table this season for the players and just for the system you're trying to run? Just the youth and energy you guys brought into your staff.
The staff is everything. The staff and your players. I mean, that's everything. And so, making sure that we pick the right guys to be around this group of young men, developers, guys that are going to be accountable for their positions, I think is important. Schematic-wise, we're going to bridge some things together and try to put together a brand of football that we can win games. But the youth of it and those type of things, I mean, it plays to these kids. I mean, kids got to relate. They got to believe in who's coaching them and who's developing them, And when you say something to a kid, I mean, it means something. You can't lie to a kid. You can't BS kids. I mean, they see right through it. And so it was important to get guys that either done it before or just good people in general, and more so like-minded. We need a staff that's going to be open to new ideas. And like I said, I hired a very successful Eastern Washington offensive coordinator, and my job is to be open-minded, but at the same time, when we put this thing together, we're on the same page, and more importantly, what we're asking our kids to do, they understand it, they believe it, they rep it, and they buy into it so they can go succeed.
Coach, signing day just a few days away. Obviously, given the circumstances you're coming into, how much does this class kind of set the tone for what you hope to build here?
Yeah, the signing class of 22 is going to be an ongoing process. I don't think it'll end. When you look at the guys that we've lost, the best wide receiver, arguably, the best quarterback, arguably, the best running back, arguably, the best linebacker, arguably, the best defensive lineman, arguably. You need immediate impact guys right now. And so, the development of having those guys and bringing them in is crucial, but the timing's got to be correct. And so, we started school here at the university, and so understanding that you might not be able to get all those kids in, so why go and rush to go put together something just to say, hey, we put together a class. No, I think you need to look back and you need to look what fits the puzzle, and plus too, me being here, I'm very shortly, we got some recruits in town, but very shortly I'll be on the film, and what I'm watching is I'm going to watch our guys. I'm going to watch what we have, and I'm going to put together something where that fits us. What's the needs? In other words, right? I played against this. We played against this school at Nevada every year, and so I have an idea of what we have. But with the key pieces, some of those guys that we lost that were key pieces before, we just got to go back and reevaluate what do we have now, and make sure this recruiting class really feels right. And so it'll be an ongoing process. I'm not too, like I told athletic director Matlin, I'm not too worried about the date. You know, the date's a date. You know, at Colorado State, you know, we recruited 22 guys in 10 days to sign that, and we flipped a lot of guys. We brought a lot of guys with us from Nevada to Colorado State. In fact, it's their best recruiting class. They said it's the best recruiting class they ever had. In my position, I signed 6 guys. And so, you know, that's a different scenario. We're in a different scenario now. So, you know, for me, it's just kind of stepping back, looking at what we have, assess, and then make some good decisions. And I think with the staff we have, we can do that.
Coach, what was your message to the current players when you got to meet them in person, especially with like spring ball around the corner?
You know, the first thing I told them is that we put the Brotherhood logo up, and I said, "This is awesome because it's you guys. It's about you, and it's not about anybody else, but it's about them." And I told them my days, you know, I love the highlight video, and you know, I love me throwing the ball, and that's awesome, you know. But my days of playing are done. You know, it's really about those guys in that locker room. It's really about our staff, and it's all about them. And so every decision that we do, every choice that we make every day, the things that we're building and our foundation is going to go to them. And so they're the most important thing to me. And, you know, after that, they went out there and they killed the workout. And I thought they did an awesome job. I thought it was a lot of good energy. But I'll be out there 6 o'clock every morning with them from here on out.
Hey, Coach Chang, healing process was talked about a lot by AD Matlin, I think by yourself on that Zoom call. Is something that would have to take place after the events of the last few weeks. So I was wondering how that played out so far, even at this early stage, and your plans for that.
Sorry, one more time.
The healing process was talked a lot about as something that would have to take place after the events of the last few weeks by AD Matlin, I think yourself as well on the Zoom call that took place already. So even at this early stage, how has that played out so far, and what are your plans for that healing process?
You know, I told the guys that, you know, it's an experience that they went through. It's something that happened, but that doesn't define them. You know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and what we do every day. And so we're gonna chalk that one up as a lesson and just move forward, you know. But more importantly, the kids are gonna know that myself and the coaching staff that we bring here care about the guys, are here for them, right? And really it's a win-win situation, right? If these kids are developing, they're doing well on the field, they're putting it together, it's a win for us, you know. So we're going to invest everything to them, you know. We have an open door policy up there where it's not lip service, you know. I'll tell them, you know, we're grinding, we're watching film, we're doing these things, we're game planning or whatever we're doing, but you definitely got to put time aside to hear your players. You got to know what your players are doing every day, you know. So we're just going to put one foot forward. Starts with time management. You know, it starts with the most simplest building blocks in life, and that's what we're going to give our guys to make sure they're successful, and that then we can heal and just move on from it.
Coach, since your announcement of being hired, there's been a lot of fan excitement, a lot of buzz. How does that feel for you to just see that support already from fans that have been kind of, you know, on the fence lately, but now they're starting to come back and just having excitement for your return?
You know, the fans make it fun. The fans, I mean, when Aloha Stadium was rocking, it was fun. You know, one of the last games I've been to was probably 2007, 8, Colt Brennan, Washington. That was one of the funnest games I've ever witnessed in there, you know. Another one was in '99 with Dan Robinson and Jeff Olberg. And so the fans are everything, you know. We need their support. We want their support, you know. But let's be real about it, man. We got to win games. That's what it comes down to. You got to win. And so everything that we do for these guys and it's our job to put them in position again, but it's everything we do is for these players and these guys, and making sure that all our choices go to those 13 weeks and getting them ready, and they're humming on those days.
Coach, what did it mean to you to have your family there with you? You know, your kids, your wife. I mean, what did that feel like to have them here today?
Amazing. You know, it's amazing that my kids get to see Daddy in his home state. You know, they've only heard that Daddy plays football. You know, they're finally starting to understand the game. You know, my wife is so supportive of me and this journey, and we've been traveling. You know, it seems like every 2 years we move, but I know she's very excited to be here, and my kids are, my mother is, my sisters are, my family, my friends. I mean, it's surreal, but you know, for me, the goal never changes. I mean, it's just day in and day out, you just go to work. And so I'm going to pour everything into this program and these kids.
You're right, Coach. Coach, you talked about the stadium a lot and what it could be. I know it's early on, but what's your vision for Clarence T.C. Ching Complex?
I don't want there to be a seat open. I want people to have to fight to get in the seats. You know what I realized is that when it was COVID, how many cameras there were around the field. When you turn on the film, it seemed like there was a lot of reporters and picture takers. And I kind of thought to myself, like, are those guys just wanting to go watch the games? And so it was one of those things where I was like, man, there's a lot of reporters. I don't remember there being that many reporters. But, you know, I want people fighting over those seats. And, you know, I want people spilled out to the outside. You know, I want it to be so hard to get into this university on both exits that, you know, they want to be here. But that starts with putting a product together that people can rally around. But that's what I envision. I envision it being a day event, an all-day event where families can come, young ones can come. They're running around the university. There's vending machines everywhere. You know, they're just having a great old time. And then, you know, the real entertainment starts at 6 o'clock kickoff, 5 o'clock kickoff when, you know, those boys are in their all blacks. And then they're running out there and everybody's just pumped and ready to ride. And third downs get really loud, you know. When we score, I expect a lot of torn newspapers to be on the ground. But I want this thing rocking. I want it to be as fun as when I played.
Coach, a lot of the members of your staff are taking a step up in their coaching careers, yourself included. How much do you see this as an opportunity for all of you to grow together?
It's all about opportunity. You know, you never know what a person's going to become unless they get that opportunity. And so I'm grateful for the leadership in this university to give me the opportunity to showcase what I've been doing. You know, I played and, you know, try to do it at the highest level. Then I got to coaching, and I try to do that at the highest level. And so, you know, some of these coaches, man, you know, that's what they do. That's all they're waiting for is an opportunity. And I think that there's a hunger about you when you get that opportunity and you make it count. Now, the thing about it is that, you know, the more experience you get or more experience you put yourself around, like I was fortunate enough to be around Jay Norvell for 5 years and Kurt Newsom for a year, you know, and Harold Jackson and June Jones, and just watching all those bodies of work and how they processed and did things on a daily, you know, it's who I am. All those experiences are who I am, and you know, you just learn from them. And so, you know, as we go through this journey, is it going to be perfect? By no means. But you know, the common goal is just continuously working hard and working through it and problem solving and just staying on the same page, staying the course. Yeah, we're going to get knocked down, you know, but it's the old saying, man, you get knocked down 8 times, you get up 9. And so, you know, with the coaches that we're putting together, there's no doubt in my mind these guys are going to be hungry and ready to work. Thank you, guys. Good seeing you guys. Look forward to seeing you guys.